So yeah, the NFL draft next Thursday. So yeah, it's always fun. Get to see what surprises there are. It seems like quarterbacks are going to go high. Seems like J.J. McCarthy, one team, maybe the Giants, maybe the Vikings will trade up and get him. So yeah, there's a lot of things there's a lot of potential surprises that could happen. There's a lot of predictions being made that could come true. So we'll see what happens as far as that's concerned. As far as predictions that have been made, the teams that one of them is either the Broncos, Vikings, Giants trade up to get J.J. McCarthy. But yeah, I really like the defensive tackle class, especially the top three guys. I think the top three guys have really separated themselves in the defensive tackle class. I think Chris Jenkins is a strong number 4 defensive tackle. I think he's a good player, but I think Byron Murphy of Texas, Braden Fisk from Florida State, and Jerzon Newton are the guys. 3 guys that have separated themselves at the D tackle position. Jerzon Newton just is. This guy just has a great feel for playing the position. What I mean by that, this guy really just understands how to attack offensive linemen when he's pass rushing. He knows when to spin. He knows when to chop guys' hands. He knows when to, grab a jersey and rip through. So this guy, he has just a good understanding of how to rush the passer. He's just a really good player nonetheless. And Braden Fisk, this guy just plays so hard every play. You talk about motor, an elite level motor, an elite level competitive toughness. Those are things that are associated with Braden Fisk's game. And then with Byron Murphy of Texas, Murphy just is disruptive. He's disruptive against the run. He's disruptive against the pass. He has a legitimate bull rush, and he's athletic enough to, when offensive linemen are zone blocking, he can beat them, get past them, and then get to the ball carrier. So yeah, all 3 guys have just a lot of traits, a lot of things to like, a lot of things to love. So yeah, Byron Murphy, Jerzon Newton, Braden Fisk, 3 guys that really stand out at the defensive tackle position. At the receiver position, I know we've talked a lot. Malik Neighbors, Rome Odunze, Marvin Harrison, those are the 3 guys that stand out. You talk about them guys in the second tier, you're looking at Brian Thomas, Ladd McConkey, Keon Coleman. Those are guys I would say are in the tier 2. But yeah, as far as the top's concerned, you're really talking about Rome Odunze, Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, the tier 1. If you're looking at the linebacker position, Edgerrin Cooper's a guy like out of Texas A&M, Junior Colson, a pretty good player too. Jeremiah Trotter, a name to keep in mind too. I think this guy will be. The thing with Jeremiah Trotter is this guy is who he is. He's a tackler. He's a guy that's going to make tackles. This is not a guy you're going to ask to want and cover. He's kind of a throwback old school linebacker. So whoever team picks Jeremiah Trotter, I think they're going to understand that this is a guy who's just going to be, like, his role is going to be to make tackles. Can he be asked to cover? Sure, but ideally that's not what you want. You do not want him dropping back into coverage a lot. You want this guy to make tackles, take on big offensive linemen and get off of blocks, make tackles, and yeah. He's gonna be a tackler. That's Jeremiah Trotter's role in the National Football League. Safety position, Cole Bishop, an interesting guy. Cole Bishop, I think he did have an injury this year, but if you watch tape of games he played this year, Cole Bishop's a guy who he moves very well. Kind of reminds me of Cooper DeJean. I think both these guys, DeJean can play true outside corner. I don't know if you want to ask Bishop to play outside corner. He can play man coverage. I think he's going to excel in off-man coverage, like covering slot receivers. He does have the ability to break on the ball and make plays, and as far as that's concerned, he can play up in the box. He can blitz. So there's just a lot of elements to Cole Bishop's game that I really like. And yeah, this guy who the Florida game had a really nice game, and he takes good angles to ball carriers. He looks comfortable in his back pedal too, and it's a fluid, quick back pedal. He doesn't have a lot of wasted movements. He changes direction. I would say he's good to, you could argue he's very good at changing direction, but but part of that is because he doesn't have a lot of wasted movements. So yeah, as far as the change of direction stuff, the back pedal, ability to make plays on the ball, the hands to come down to interception, it's all there for Cole Bishop. I think it's just a debate of injured. I think he was injured this year, so that kind of factors into him slipping, and then it's just one of those things where it's like with Bishop, it's like I think they're, it's not as strong safety class, so he has that working against him. And then playing at Utah too. Playing at Utah is not like Utah, obviously Power 5 program, but like, for example, like Bullard is considered the number 2 safety ahead of Bishop, and I would argue Bishop's better, but it's just one of those things. Like, you saw Bullard play on a championship caliber team the last couple years, and then Bishop still, like, Utah is just, people do not watch Utah football as much compared to Georgia, even though Utah has a Power 5 program. So you look at Bishop, I would prefer Bishop over Bullard, but Bullard, kind of gets that boost, at least in my opinion, just because he's played on Georgia. But yeah, there's a lot of, I'm not trying to take away everything from Bullard. There's certainly some aspects of his game to like, but you look at with Bishop, I think Bishop has a higher ceiling, and I think there's a lot more things to like. But yeah, Bishop moves really well, got a good fluid back pedal, and I like his game all around. So yeah. Tyler Nubin, the consensus number 1 safety. Cole Bishop, and then Javon Bullard. Jaden Hicks is another guy out of Washington State in the safety class. So yeah, those are kind of the consensus top 4, not in that specific order, but yeah, those are the consensus top 4.